9, it's in the books. What a week, man. Wrapped up with Hurricane Ian in Florida. Thankfully, not one driver, not one truck was harmed. We'll have some updates for you. It's going to be a great video. Stay tuned. Welcome back to another weekly podcast, Brave Freight Trem Systems. Our vision is to help owner-operators, fleet owners, and carriers with a simple turnkey solution to a scalable trucking business. So what does that mean? That means that wherever you're at with your business, whatever your goal is with your business, like we deal with owner-operators and fleet owners, they want to duplicate our models. They want to have internal teams. They want to be able to run this all themselves and build a little empire. Awesome. We are here to help you do it. If your goal is to build an 8-figure trucking company, we can help you do it because we've done it. If your goal is to be as hands-off as possible, you want to grow your fleet, you want to have your trucks, you want to collect the checks, but you don't want to do a thing to do with the business side of it, that's okay too. And if you find yourself anywhere in between, we can help you guys do that. Our goal is just simply to help you have a simple, scalable, turnkey solution to whatever your trucking business is. So reach out to us, let us know. Maybe we'll do some phone calls with you. Ping me on Slack is the easiest way to get it. And I'd love to have an interview to dive deep and find out how we can help you reach your goals for your trucking company. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Last week's top 5 drivers. I love starting out with the top 5 because it shows you what's possible in this market right now. So we're coming in number 5. $7,500. Number 5, $7,500. If somebody else can do it, that means you can do it. Matthew Jones and Amanda Rose, great job, great job, great job, good work. Oh, how did they do it? You know what? Get on Slack, message Matthew, message Amanda, say, hey, how did he make $7,500? Great work, number 5. But if you want to know how to make $9,900 in a week, talk to Guy Newman and Kenji Bruno, because that's what they did, coming in at number 4. Great work to the two of you, and you're like, man, you know what, 9,900 sounds good, but I'd love to break 10,000. How about 10,200? Talk to Nate Affenwerk and talk to Jeffrey Hines. You might have to get an RGN, but they'll tell you how to gross $10,000 in a week. Ooh, what if you want to squeak them out, and if you want to do $14,200? Well, talk to Nate Affenwerk. He'll help you do that. Him and Luis Vasquez absolutely smashed it, $14,200. But if you say, you know what, that's not good enough, I want to be number 1. I want to gross over $20,000 in a week. Actually, I want to gross $25,000 in a week. Go ahead and call Matt Wood and Charles Celestine. They will show you how to be number 1 on the leaderboard. Charles has been there many times, and he'll be there many times again. I put a challenge out to him several weeks ago. Man, what if you could work this hard for several weeks straight? I think in the last 3 weeks, he's grossed over $60,000 of revenue. That is absolutely bonkers. Great work, man. And you know what? I want to see you enjoy this Christmas and holiday season. Make sure that you're healthy, every single one of you drivers. Make sure you've got that time with your families that you need. Make sure your trucks are ready. The quarter of 4 is the quarter of more. So go ahead and make sure that those trucks are wrapped up. But great job to our top 5. Let's go ahead and hop into our 6-5 club. Awesome. So our 6-5 club is our top 5, and also we want to welcome back to the 6-5 club Jerry Bobo and his driver Kyle Coleman. You guys have done an amazing job weathering the storm. I know that it hasn't been super easy per se, but man, you guys have made amazing decisions to be able to have a profitable business during this season. And really proud of all of you guys, and of you, Jerry, and of your of you, Kyle. You guys have done a wonderful job. So congratulations being part of the 6-5 club back there with Matthew Jones, Kenji Bruno, Jeffrey Hines, Luis Vasquez, and Charles Celestine. So that wraps up the 6-5 club. We're going to do a couple. Company updates and some company numbers. Let's hop into it. All right, here we go. Last week, 47,523 miles. The average deadhead being 143 miles, and the average line haul being 962 miles. The total gross revenue last week, $125,110, and the weekly individual gross average, $5,900. $57.62. We'll cover more of that in a minute. The highest grossing driver, $25,000, the lowest grossing driver, $1,200. The average load value, $2,909.54. Average dollar per mile, $2.64 a mile, and the lowest dollar per mile, $1.38. Oh, did I say average $2.64? Yeah, and then highest is $10.09 a mile. Absolutely insane. You know, it's in challenging markets that, thanks Doug, it's in challenging markets that you know, the water and the oil separate, or that separate the men from the boys, however you want to say it, right? Like, you know, again, no surprise, we are definitely in a market that no longer favors the carrier like it did a year ago, and that's okay. There's still money to be able to make in this market. I mean, anybody that's been around business or entrepreneur has found out through the seasons and the decades, there's always going to be people that perform in the highest markets, and there's money to be able to make. Now, the work that has to get done to be able to make that money, that's the variable, right? Like, we can show you, hey, you can make $7,900, you can make $8,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in a week, right? Like, you can do that. People say, oh man, I wish I could make $20,000 in a week. You can make $20,000 in a week. The question is are you willing to do what it takes to make that $20,000 a week, right? So we've really empowered our teams and our dispatchers that everybody should be getting with you and setting weekly goals. And they should be doing this on Friday. So by the time that you're seeing this video, you should have already had a call with your dispatcher. And dispatchers, I'm calling you out, make sure that you're getting with Matt and that you're having these phone calls, because really you should plan the next week from the previous week on a Friday. I've covered this on another video. It's like my day, right? Like, if you look at any, like my life, or any life of a CEO that runs any moderately successful company, like, they're not waking up and saying, well, let me figure out what today's problems are, right? No, they know the day beforehand or several days beforehand what their calendar looks like. Me personally, I plan my Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I plan it from Sunday. My Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I plan it from Wednesday. I don't let the tail wag the dog. What do I mean by that? Is I don't let the needs of people barraging me, I don't let that control my decisions for my life. And in the same way for your business, you say, well, Troy, my life's different. Yeah, absolutely. All of our lives are different, for sure. I'm not negating that. But you still have the opportunity to control your business. You can say to yourself, hey, you know what? I'm going to be out. I got this load to deliver on Monday. And then I'm going to, you know, work with my dispatcher, and we're going to take a couple short loads. But man, the market that we want to be in is we'd really like to be in Chicago on Friday, or we'd really like to be in Nebraska on Friday, or whatever the market is, Utah, wherever the hot market is for you, for your equipment. You know, have that plan the week beforehand, and then work that plan the next week. My goal is to make $7,200 next week. My goals are, and look, you do this week over week over week over week. This is how you stack up $30,000 months, $40,000 months, high $20,000 months. You have a plan and you execute that plan, right? So I just want to challenge every single one of us during this season is that run your business like a business. Have a plan for your business, because if, you know what, and here's the thing is that when you have a plan, you're like, man, I missed that load, or this didn't work out here. Don't abandon the plan. Don't just say, well, that's it, I'm going home now, or I'm gonna, you know what, if I'm not gonna make this money, I might as well spend time with my family. Family time is super important, but you do it within your plan. Because then what happens is you're not out in the field. You can't make it happen. You don't know when you get to that market and all of a sudden you find this stupid load that pays stupid money. I'll never forget years ago when I was dispatching, I found a $7,000 load for 1,000 miles running from like the East Coast to Denver. Now, I understand that Denver is like a black hole, right? But I mean, if you're getting $7,000 to go 1,000 miles, and I think it was 15,000 pounds of DVDs for Target right around the Christmas time, like, you take that load all day like a holiday, but you gotta be in it to win it, right? Like, you gotta be out in the field. So even if you didn't hit the number that you wanted or whatever the case is, it's that steady, perpetual work that you put in. It's that build, you know, and you hit the singles, you hit the doubles, you hit the singles, you hit the doubles, you hit the singles, you hit the doubles, and then you hit a triple, and then you hit it out of the park, and then the bases are loaded, and then you hit a grand slam. All these items build on each other, but you've gotta be in it to win it. You've gotta be, sorry about that. Doug's, our video guy's getting all stirred up. Like, yeah, that's it. He's kicking the camera over there. He's knocking it down. But you've got to be in it to win it. You've got to be in the field. You've got to be in the batter's box. And just because you struck out, or just because you hit a foul ball, or just because the last load wasn't exactly what you want it to be, don't give up on the game. Stay in the game, okay? Stay in the game. Stay focused. The quarter of 4 is the quarter of more. You're going to make more money in the fourth quarter of this year than you've made in any quarter. In fact, I'll even go to say that some of you are going to make more in this final quarter than you have in the first 2 quarters of this year, or within the last 2 quarters. So, man, we believe in you. We know that there's an amazing opportunity out there for you, and our goal is to help you hit those goals. So we love you. Pray for you real quick. Father, thank you for every person watching this video. Let the presence of God overwhelm their hearts and their lives. Let there be hope where there is no hope. Let there be joy where there's depression. Let there be strength where there's weakness. Let there be prosperity where there's lack. Let there be healing where there's sickness. Let there be wholeness where there is brokenheartedness. Father, I thank you for the oil of joy coming on the hearts of the people right now. I thank you for the peace of God overwhelming them. And I thank you for favor being where they're going. Favor doesn't follow you. Favor is waiting for you where you're going. God bless you guys and gals. See you soon.